Okay, now we're going to work on Tinkerbell. She's just a cute little fairy. So again, we're going to take our 4 3/4 inch ivory colored ribbon, and we're going to roll a loop in one end and glue it down. And again, I find it easiest to wrap it around my pinky. So I'll put a little bit of glue right here. Then wrap it right around like that. Okay. It'll end up looking like this. Alright. It's going to be her head and body. Okay, we're going to set that right here. And what we'll do next is we're going to get our 2 1/4 inch piece of ivory ribbon, and we're going to cut to round both ends. So just take your scissors, round off the ends. Very good. All right, now I'm going to take my lighter and heat seal my ends. You can use a lighter to heat seal, you can use spray check, whatever works better for you. Okay, these are going to be her arms. Okay, we're going to set those aside, and we're going to take our 6 pieces of 1 1/4 inch green ribbon. Now I have already heat sealed mine, so be sure that you do that before you start gluing them together. And what we're going to do is we're going to take these and we're going to glue them into a fan shape. So I'm going to start with this one. Okay. Alright, it's going to be my middle. Glue one just off the side there. Go ahead and get the other side. Alright, we'll put one just off the other side so that the front of my fan is actually at the back. So when I look at it, I'll flip it around this way, but I like to glue it onto the back there. Okay. Alright, trying to keep the top of the fan still just the width of one ribbon. Okay. Alright, we've got one more. Alright. Alright. Here's my fan shape. Okay, and then I'm going to take my fan shape and I'm going to glue it onto the front of my body. Kind of like that. So let me get some glue. There we are, and that'll be her dress. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is take my 1 inch piece of green ribbon. I'm going to turn her over and I'm going to glue one end of it to the back here. Alright. Glue that into the back of her. Okay. Then I'm going to wrap it around so that it covers the top of the dress. And then I'm going to glue the other end down in the back as well. Okay. Put that around. Glue that down in the back. Okay, it's going to be the bodice of her dress. Now I've turned her back over, and I'm going to cut a V into the top of her bodice here. You can heat seal or you can use fray check. I'm actually going to use a little fray check because I don't want to burn her face with my lighter. Okay, so we just dribble some of this in here. Okay, now that'll dry. We'll leave that alone. A little bit back here. All right. And what we're going to do now is we're going to take her arms and we'll flip her over and we're going to glue her arms right to the back of the bodice. Okay, so I like to fold my arms in half, find the center of my arms so that I know that I'm going to glue it down in the middle and that her arms will be the same length on each side. So a little bit of glue. Okay, take that, gluing it right to the back of her bodice. Okay. Now we're going to take our 1.5 inch piece of yellow and we're going to glue it to the back of her head just above the arms. Okay, let me get some glue. Just going to put mine on the back of the head here. Okay. Now we're going to wrap it around the top of her head, but we are going to come up to the front and we're going to cut it the other end at an angle to be her bangs. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and heat seal that. You can use fray check, whatever works better. Okay, and we'll go ahead and glue that down. Alright, so we're going to take our 2 pieces of 1 inch yellow ribbon and we are going to glue them into a circle. Now again, I have trouble gluing these little pieces into a circle, so I use a pencil. Wrap it around a pencil. Some glue on one end. Okay, glue it down. And then slide it right off my pencil. And then I have a good, nice circle. Okay, there's one. Take the other one. A little bit of glue. Now you don't have to use a pencil. Whatever works for you. Okay, glue this end down. Okay, pull it off. Okay, got our 2 circles there. Okay, we're going to have one facing horizontally and one facing vertically. And we're just going to take one, put it inside the other. Just like that. Okay. And you're going to put a little bit of hot glue just inside there. On each side, just to hold that in there. Alright, and now we're going to take our little bun and we're going to glue it to the top of her head. Now what we're going to do is we are going to cut this part of her body right up the middle to make 2 legs. Okay, now you can fray check or you can heat seal. There we go. Now Tink's got 2 legs. Now you want to take your 1/2 inch or your 1/2 inch piece of green ribbon, and you are going to cut it diagonally like this, and then heat seal or fray check. These are going to be her shoes. Alright, then we're going to glue one to the bottom of each leg. Is take our 3/4 inch piece of white ribbon, which I failed to heat seal yet. Okay. And what we're going to do with it is we are going to roll it in a tight roll. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit of glue on there. So just as tight as you can make it. Roll that down. Okay. Glue the end down. But not to your finger. Okay, so now we have this tight little white rolled ribbon. Now what we're going to do is cut it in half. There we go. Heat seal your end. I can find my end. There it is. Alright, now you're going to take these little white pom-poms and glue them on to the toe of her shoe. Okay, now we've got our palms on her shoes and we're going to work on her wings. So what I want you to do is take your 2 pieces of 4-inch white ribbon and your 2 pieces of 3-inch white ribbon. And what you're going to do is you're just going to take it, kind of fold it over like so, kind of like you're making an awareness ribbon. And you're just going to glue the ends together. Okay. Alright, and these are going to be her wings. Alright, to put her wings on, we're going to grab the 2 loops made from the 4-inch pieces of ribbon. We're going to turn her over. We're going to put a little bit of glue on here. And we're going to glue the larger wing at an angle so that it appears between her head and her arm. Kind of down here just below where the arms are attached to the body. And put one on each side. There we go. Okay, then we'll take the 3-inch. Put a little glue on there, and we're going to angle them to come down between her arm and her skirt. Just be down this way. Okay, one on each side. And you're finished. You have a cute little Tinkerbell that you can glue on a lined barrette or on a headband.